Mental health is a complex topic, and it's something that affects every single one of us in different ways. Today we're going to break down some of the most common mental disorders, explore what might cause them, and understand how they impact daily life. Our goal is to shed light, reduce stigma, and start a conversation. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive in. First up, let's talk about anxiety disorders. These are actually among the most common mental health conditions worldwide. You might have heard of generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or social anxiety disorder. For someone living with an anxiety disorder, it's not just about feeling a little nervous before a big event. It's an intense, persistent fear or worry that can feel overwhelming and really interfere with daily life. Imagine trying to get through your workday while your mind is constantly racing with what-if scenarios. The causes are often a cocktail of genetics, brain chemistry, and significant life experiences. The good news is, they are very treatable. Treatments usually involve therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which helps people reframe their thinking patterns. Sometimes medication is also used to help manage the more intense physical and emotional symptoms. Next, we have depression. And it's so much more than just feeling sad. Depression is a persistent mood disorder that can cast a shadow over your thoughts, feelings, and even your physical health. Common symptoms include a constant feeling of low energy, losing interest in hobbies you once loved, significant changes in your sleep or appetite, and finding it hard to concentrate on anything. It can feel like you're trying to move through thick mud. What causes it? It can be a combination of a genetic predisposition, an imbalance of chemicals in the brain, or incredibly stressful life events. But there is hope, and there are many paths to feeling better. Effective treatment options often include psychotherapy, antidepressant medications, and powerful lifestyle changes like regular exercise and building a strong social support network. Now let's discuss bipolar disorder. This condition is known for its extreme mood swings, which can range from emotional highs known as mania to deep lows of depression. During a manic episode, a person might feel euphoric, incredibly energetic, and might even engage in risky behaviors because their judgment is impaired. On the flip side, a depressive episode brings profound sadness, crushing fatigue, and a sense of hopelessness. Living with bipolar disorder can feel like being on a constant, unpredictable emotional roller coaster. The primary treatment approach is to find balance. This usually involves a combination of medication, such as mood stabilizers, alongside consistent psychotherapy to help individuals manage these dramatic swings and lead a stable, fulfilling life. Moving on to schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a serious and chronic brain disorder that fundamentally affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. The symptoms can be very disorienting and include things like hallucinations, which are seeing or hearing things that aren't there, delusions, which are strongly held false beliefs, and disorganized thinking that can make communication difficult. While the exact cause isn't fully understood, researchers believe it involves a mix of genetics, brain chemistry, and environmental factors. Treatment is focused on managing symptoms and improving quality of life. This typically involves antipsychotic medication, various forms of therapy, and strong social support systems to help individuals navigate their daily lives. Let's talk about obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. OCD is characterized by a cycle of unwanted, intrusive thoughts, which are called obsessions, and repetitive behaviors, known as compulsions. For instance, someone might have an obsessive fear of germs and, as a result, feel a compulsive need to wash their hands repeatedly to relieve that intense anxiety. It's not just about being neat or organized, it's a distressing condition that can consume a person's time and energy. OCD is believed to be linked to brain function, genetics, and environmental stressors. Thankfully, effective treatments are available, most notably a specific type of cognitive behavioral therapy called exposure and response prevention, often used alongside certain medications to help manage the intrusive thoughts and compulsive urges. Next is post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. This condition can develop after a person experiences or witnesses a terrifying or traumatic event. It's the mind's way of trying to cope with something overwhelming. Symptoms often include vivid flashbacks that make you feel like you're reliving the event, nightmares, severe anxiety, and a sense of emotional numbness or detachment from others. PTSD directly affects the brain regions that regulate our fear response and memory. Healing is absolutely possible, and treatments are designed to help the brain process the trauma. This often involves trauma-focused therapies like EMDR or trauma-focused CBT. Sometimes medication is also prescribed to help manage related symptoms like anxiety and depression. Now, let's touch on eating disorders. Conditions like anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder involve extremely unhealthy eating habits and a distorted body image. These are not lifestyle choices. They are serious and complex mental illnesses. The causes are multifaceted, often involving a combination of genetic vulnerability, immense societal pressure to look a certain way, and underlying psychological factors like low self-esteem or a need for control. Treatment requires a comprehensive team approach, usually combining intensive therapy, medical supervision to ensure physical safety, and guidance from a nutritional counselor to rebuild a healthy relationship with food and the body. Let's discuss attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, commonly known as ADHD. This is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects a person's ability to maintain attention, control impulsive behaviors, and manage hyperactivity. While symptoms often appear in childhood, they can absolutely continue into adulthood, impacting work, relationships, and daily functioning. ADHD involves differences in brain structure and the way certain neurotransmitters, like dopamine, function. It's not about being lazy or undisciplined. Treatment is about creating systems that work for the ADHD brain. This often includes a combination of medication to improve focus, behavioral therapy to learn coping skills, and creating practical lifestyle strategies for organization and time management. Finally, we have personality disorders. These are characterized by enduring, inflexible patterns of behavior, thinking, and inner experience that are very different from cultural expectations and cause distress or problems functioning. A few examples include borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, and antisocial personality disorder. These conditions often have deep roots, stemming from a combination of genetics, difficult childhood experiences, and differences in brain development. Therapy is the cornerstone of treatment, particularly long-term psychotherapy, like dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, which helps individuals learn skills to manage their emotions, improve their relationships, and change destructive patterns. Medication might also be used to treat co-occurring symptoms like depression or anxiety. We've covered a lot today. Mental health conditions are incredibly complex, but the more we understand them, the more we can reduce stigma and offer meaningful support to those who are affected. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that reaching out for professional help is a sign of incredible strength. Remember, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. With the right support, management and recovery are always possible. You are not alone in this journey. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.